Welcome to the Loveland Report and Loan Arranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's best real estate planner. What's your plan? And alongside Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger, we're going to talk about what's going on in real estate. I'm going to dive into numbers that came in. You want to revitalize a listing. You've been on the market for a while. How do you do that? And we're going to talk about the holidays, Bruce. We're rolling into them. I saw Christmas trees at Lowe's over the weekend.
Oh, boy.
And we're going to roll into that and talk about what happens during the holidays. Does that slow the market down? And we will talk about that.
I think the market is primed to sell because a lot of people take their home off the market during the holidays, and there's still people that want to buy. So I think we need to get into that. I want to talk about what the government shutdown did for interest rates, what direction things are going in. I want to talk about even the tariff threats for China on how that impacted interest rates, what is happening on the market, and where are the opportunities.
We got a Fed cut coming in another week or so.
Yep, we do. We absolutely do. Matter of fact, it's coming this week on the 29th.
Yep, my birthday. But, and rates right now, Bruce, they've tapered down to 6.375 or so about, right?
Yes.
We're in the low sixes. If it's a VA or FHA, it might be lower. If you got an 800 credit score.
Well, your average rate on conventional is about 6.3, FHA and VAs in the high fives. So if you look at a blended rate, they're running right around 6%.
And here, I want to make note of this because this is actually something useful that came from, actually, this is Freddie Mac report. I'm looking, it's all the interest rates all the way back to 1975.
Oh, boy.
And
so 1975.
So if we're in the sixes, we're in the sixes. And out of, what do we got? We got 30, 50 years. Is that 50 years? That's 50 years.
Yes, it is.
There's about 10 years that are better than this. I mean, where rates are lower than where they are now.
Yeah.
So
well, and really, a lot of 4 of those were during COVID, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was kind of unusual, but like these are better than average mortgage rates.
Well, your average rate, if you average that out, you're probably at 7.5%.
Yeah.
You're at 7.5%,
and we're below that
average interest rate. You're at 6.25.
But what hasn't gone away, Bruce, it's slowed down. Appreciation hasn't gone away.
No.
And when you own a house, even if it's not appreciating, let's say you got 0% or 1% for a year, your mortgage is going down 1% a year.
Well,
so you're paying, you're gaining
80
equity.
Years, home values have only gone down 4 times.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
Over the long haul, they will go up.
And 3 of those years were after the recession. So that's a pretty safe bet.
And the only people that lost money are the ones that sold.
Stocks taking a hit versus real estate. And I'll tell you that although we still do advocate investing in the stock market, but I will tell you the safe bet. And for people that aren't good at saving money, real estate's the easiest way to do it.
It's a forced savings account. Yep.
It's the easiest.
So are my rentals. They're all forced. It's all
you got to have a place
Yep.
to live. Let me help you. We'll help you with down payment. There's down payment programs available. There's special programs that even offer preferred interest
I got a question
rates.
for you. I'm going to buy 2 more this year.
Yes.
I got one. And I've got 2 more I want to get this year. Can we get a DSCR done in 3 weeks?
Absolutely.
Like I got one.
Yeah. So you have to remember there's only a couple things that you even need for a DSCR. And I love the DSCRs because I think if you can get those interest rates down to what a conventional interest rate would be on a DSCR, which a lot of people don't realize. They go, it's a DSCR. It's going to be a higher rate of interest. Not necessarily. So we can absolutely help with that. But you have to remember that the appraisal has to come in and the rent on the appraisal has to equal or be greater than the mortgage payment. If you've got the credit, you've got the cash to close. So I need your bank statements, I need a credit report, and I need the appraisal. And those are the primary documents that are needed on a DSCR.
And so that's a good metric of rentals.
Of
rental rates. So what's the down payment you're seeing on that? About 25%?
20 to 25% typically.
Not more.
No.
So that's good.
I mean, if you bought I've got one of my clients, she's bought multiple homes. I think I've done 10 mortgages for my friend Shirley. She, in some cases, has had to put down a little bit more to get that payment down. And I think at most she put down 30%. But she was a leapfrogger. Listen to this. She's got almost $10 million in real estate now.
How many properties?
I think about 14.
Wow.
About 14
That's
properties.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
People always need a place to live.
And here's the thing. So she's a professional investor. Okay.
Yep.
So she doesn't get emotionally attached to it. She gets emotionally attached to other things, but not to that. She will look at a property and she can determine, yeah, I'm not going to have a lot of positive cash flow right now, but I will in the future. And she turns around and she'll go, oh, I'm selling this property to buy this other one. And she makes 150 grand on a property that she had. So, I mean, it's working.
Well,
real estate works.
Monopoly. I think a monopoly, teaching your kids how to play Monopoly is one of the best things you can do for them.
Yeah.
I just think this market now, Central Florida, I'm seeing good news here slightly. But what I think around the rest of the country, it's echoing. There are certain markets. Inventory is down. Sales are slightly higher. The number of new homes under contract. Now there's some numbers coming out. We'll probably see in the next couple of weeks that how many building permits were pulled, housing starts, because that was trailing down. The builders weren't selling as many as they wanted, but they're pretty smart. They will not get caught with their pants down like they did in 2008.
Not the smart ones.
Delivering 50 homes when they got no buyers, and all those buyers were on no doc loans. So that won't happen again. So most builders out there carry stages of inventory. They got some done next month and some done 2 months from now and 3 months from now, and they're starting a couple, and they kind of control that. They turn that volume up and down. So I'm interested to see that. But I think this winter will be busy. It won't be hard to beat last winter's numbers. They were pathetic.
No,
I mean, we had the last of the Sleepy Joe hangover, or the beginning of the Sleepy Joe hangover, right when he was gone. We knew Trump was going to win. I was hoping the market would just take off the day after Trump won, but it didn't happen that way. But now we're starting to see that with the number of new listings is going down. So inventory shrinks, prices start to come back.
That's not good for buyers, because if buyers are really wanting to get in this market and take advantage of what's going on in the market, I would highly suggest you do it while inventory is high, because that gives the buyer an advantage. There's 3.5 homes on the market to every one buyer. That's an advantage. When that shrinks to 1 home to 1 buyer, then you no longer can negotiate. The sellers don't need to negotiate with you because they've got a buyer for every property.
Yeah.
Right now, they're trying to find buyers. So you have an advantage. You can get closing costs paid. You can get repairs made. You can even negotiate the price. But don't get greedy. If you're going to go in and try to get, all your closing costs paid and reduce the price, you better have some data that is supporting it. Right? Otherwise, what are you doing? You're just doing it because you think that's the right thing to do.
Well, this is why, like, you do a personal mortgage plan for a
consultation.
buyer, and I do a personal real estate plan. And you can't just get this off of looking at a website and plugging in some stats on what you want to do, because all they're going to do is sell your data to a bunch of realtors who are going to blow up your phone. I come over and work with somebody on what they need to do and let them get to know their numbers, and then go talk to you about what they can do. And maybe they need to talk to their financial planner about what they're doing.
Could be.
So I go through all that with them.
Talk to their financial planner on which investments oftentimes we need to tap into. And for those of you that are renting right now, Cleve, listen to this. Let's just say you got $25,000 in your 401k. That's making you 4.5% interest rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, should you take that money out of the 401k and to buy a home? I think you should. Now,
small amount. Yeah.
I think you need to take out, first of all, the mortgage is only performing at 4.5%. So it's not making you any money anyway.
Yeah.
So you'd be better off to stop paying rent, because with every dollar you pay in rent is peeling away at your savings.
But then some people, they've got a good chunk in their 401k. One of our clients is doing this right now.
Yep.
He's going to borrow against his 401k.
Yep.
That's a possibility.
He was going to withdraw it. I know who you're talking about. I love this guy. He was going to withdraw it. He was talking about the penalties. And I said, no, Drew, don't do that. Don't withdraw it. He goes, what do you mean? I said, you can borrow from your own money and you don't pay any penalties for that. He goes, what? So he called back his financial people, and they went, yeah, you can borrow up to $40,000. He goes, that's perfect. That's what I need.
And he's going to be a leapfrogger, because he was worried about selling. He bought his other home probably almost 10 years ago, stole it. He'll cash flow like over $1,500 a month on rent. He's just ecstatic about it.
Yeah, I think it's $1,800.
I know him.
He's
a racer. That's going to go for tires.
And he's a race car driver.
It's going to go for tires and engine parts and he's actually a very good race car driver.
I had an opportunity to get in his car and ride with him last week, but it rained. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. But I'm going to do that. Matter of fact, I'm going to go get my racing license.
Yep.
And he's going to help me get it.
You should do that.
I'm going to do it.
You should do that.
My wife,
Michelle will love that.
I told my wife about that. She goes, what car are you going to drive? I'm like, I'm going to drive my Porsche. She goes, Oh boy. I'm like, I'm not going to race it. I'm going to track drive it.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
It never stops. But no, he's got his dream home, his dream garage out back, and then getting a nice house. And he looked for a while. We had his plan on what he could do, but he got with you. And after talking to you, and I went over the rental numbers with him, we looked at selling or renting. I did both
Yep.
numbers for him. And that's kind of a no brainer. And also, he's got a 3%
He's a
mortgage on the
smart
old
guy too.
3% mortgage on the old
Yeah.
house. I mean, it's going to be a win-win-win all around there. And plus, you get your that's my next house. I need like a 4 or 5 car garage.
And you know what? When you talk about win, we are looking for wins. We don't want our buyers to screw a seller, and I don't want my sellers to screw a buyer. We want wins, and there's ways to make it win all the way around. I think that what happens is some people get in their own way and keep them from winning. They want to get greedy and then they don't win at all. Because if you're not in the game and you don't get the house or sell the house, you lost.
Yep.
You lost.
Yep.
Your intention was to sell and you didn't sell. Your intention was to buy and you didn't buy. Why? Because you got greedy. Don't get greedy. Take it. And listen, if we see an opportunity, we're not going to go, well, we should, like, if a buyer says, they wanted 700,000, I'm going to come in at 600. And you look at it and go, you know what? Maybe we should. It's been on the market for 150 days and the seller's already moved to Hoboken. Then maybe we should come in with a low ball offer, but you guide them in the direction when that is appropriate or inappropriate.
Yep.
Right. You don't want to come in a market and go, hey, your properties are selling for 725 in here. That he's right in the market for sales price, and you come in at 600, you're just going to piss them off, and then they don't want to work.
I call that bless her little heart real estate, and I will take that offer. And about half the time, I will get that offer to work out, and it may take the buyer a couple weeks of wandering around. But when the wife gets mad,
not work out at that price,
might not work out at that point. But I will negotiate an offer out of that, which will be at market value. Because I can tell, Bruce, like when I get offers on properties, and I get a contract on one. That's when all the agents stick their head up out of the ground. I'll have some people call me, hey, we were about to write on that. We didn't. Right. I keep that information. I rarely need plan B because I know how to look up front at the contract and check the pre-qual, make sure they're with you to get the loan and handle all that. But if you need help with your real estate plan, 407-352-8118. Hope you're enjoying this lovely fall weather.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's
I love
nice.
this cool weather.
Nice out.
Yeah, and the Loner Ranger, if you're looking to buy, refinance, you need a home equity line of credit, you're really trying to figure out what the best plan is. Maybe you're not ready to do it right now, but you want to run a scenario by me. I'm always there to help you, folks. Call me now at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144, or go to WeBringYouHome.com. I guarantee you, I have a loan program for everyone. I really do. I have a loan program for everyone.
You got more products.
Hey, I'm going to show
blades
Cleve
of grass.
If you want to go on our podcast, you can look. This is our list of programs.
I can't even read. That's mice print and 3 pages.
It's small print and it's a lot of pages. So, and this is all of our programs that I could go over them all with you. But the fact of the matter is that I've got a loan for everyone. There's a product, and some of you need some strategic planning with that. You call the Loner Ranger at 407-250-9144, or go to WeBringYouHome.com. And Cleve, let's give out your number one more time. 407-352-8118 or CleveLoveland.com. Yeah, we'll be back. More of the Loveland Report and the Loner Ranger Show. Do not go anywhere. We got more important things to talk about, where the advantages are in the market, where the disadvantages are, the fake news and the real news. We're going to talk about it right here. We'll be back in 5.